Hello everyone, this is Miss Everhart and today is Wednesday, December 16th, 2020, and this is assignment number 5 of your last assignments for quarter 2, and it is about this assignment is you will have to identify ethos in the speech I Have a Dream. All right, so as always, you're going to put your name, the date, the hour in which you have my class. The title of this assignment is Ethos, I Have a Dream. Now you need to watch the video where I explained what ethos, pathos, and logos are, and I gave you examples. You also need to watch the video, An Introduction to Ethos, Logos, and Pathos. These two videos will be attached to this assignment. I suggest you watch those two videos as many times as you need to in order to understand what ethos, pathos, and logos are. And since this assignment is not due until January 13th, 2021, you will have plenty of time to watch those two videos over and over again until you understand the concept of ethos, pathos, and logos. So in this assignment, all I want you to do is identify ethos in the speech I Have a Dream. In Power School, this category is class assignment and it's worth 10 points. So here are the directions. Read the excerpt from I Have a Dream and identify one example of ethos. Then complete the sentences that follow. So all you're going to do is read this excerpt, and then you are going to identify ethos. So this excerpt comes from the speech I Have a Dream by Dr. King. 50 years ago, a great American, in whose symbolic shadow we stand today, signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. In a sense, we've come to our nation's capital to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir. This note was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, will be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is obvious today that America has defaulted on this promissory note, insofar as her citizens of color are concerned. Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, America has given the Negro people a bad check, a check which has come back marked insufficient funds. All right, so for 5 points, you need to tell me the example of ethos. Dr. King, in these two paragraphs, used ethos. Just give me one example of ethos that he used. I just want one example. Remember, ethos is when someone is giving a speech, they will use ethos to give themselves credibility, or they will use ethos to get you to believe that they are trustworthy, that they are reliable, that what they are saying, you should believe what they are saying because they make mention of other people or other organizations that believe what they believe. Once again, you have to watch the video I did about ethos, pathos, and logos. And you also have to watch the video, An Introduction to Ethos, Logos, and Pathos, in order to get a more detailed explanation about ethos. So Dr. King uses ethos in this excerpt. He uses ethos so that we will believe that he is a credible and reliable and trustworthy source. So tell me what that one example of ethos is. Now, there are 2 examples of ethos in, actually it's 3. It's 3 examples of ethos in this excerpt, but I just want one. So after you give me the example, That's 5 points. And then the other 5 points is you have to complete the following sentence. Dr. King is a credible, reliable, trustworthy source to talk about the need for blacks to be treated fairly in America because he, and then you finish, and then you fill in the blank. What did Dr. King say that made him a credible, reliable, trustworthy source to say that blacks needed to be treated fairly in America? In these 2 paragraphs, let me go back. In these 2 paragraphs, what did he say that made him a reliable, trustworthy source that you should believe what he's saying? He's saying that black people need to be treated fairly in America. What did he say, or what did he use, or what did he reference that once you read these paragraphs, you said to yourself, you know what, I'm going to believe Dr. King. I'm going to believe that Dr. King is right, he's correct, he's a trustworthy source about blacks being treated, or the need for blacks to be treated fairly in America, because he said X, Y, and Z. What did he say in these 2 paragraphs that made him trustworthy, that you just want to believe what he says is true about the way that America has treated black people during this time in 1963? What made him trustworthy and reliable? And there are 3 examples of ethos in these 2 paragraphs. So once again, watch the instructional video that I did about ethos, pathos, and logos. Also watch the video, An Introduction to Ethos, Logos, and Pathos. Both of these videos will be attached to this assignment. Watch it several times until you get an understanding of what ethos is. Because a writer or a speaker will use ethos so that you believe that they are credible. You believe that what they're saying is true, is fact. And they will make reference to a person, an organization, a book, anything that they feel will make themselves trustworthy in your eyes. So, give me an example of ethos. That's right. Wait a minute. Nope. That example will go right here. And then after you give me the example, complete the following sentence. Dr. King is a credible, reliable, trustworthy source to talk about the need for blacks to be treated fairly in America because he, and then fill in the blank. All right, this is Miss Ava Hart, and this is all for this assignment. I will talk to you on the next video.